What's happening, bitches? I know I'm not supposed to call you guys bitches anymore. I got scolded for that, but too bad. We're going with bitches. My goal today is to go ride somewhere, and I have no destination right now. Yeah, so I'm not really sure where the hell I'm going. All I know is that I'm going to go for a ride. The goal is to not go to the ER today with doing something fucking stupid like hitting my brakes too hard. Alright, so we're trying out the DJI Action Mic Mini. I don't know, it's Action Mic Mini, but Mic Mini. Today, in the helmet, talking to the Extra Edge. Let's see if I can get this to go. Well, this is my second ride after second street ride after my crash. I did do a couple track days with the California Superbike School, which was a lot of fun. That may be the most fun I've had at the track with buddies in quite a while. A lot of conversation, a lot of bullshitting, a lot of playing. At lunchtime, it was just 6 of us out on track, and that was it. Running whatever cameras we wanted and just playing with each other. A lot of fun. All right, so let's have a conversation about my crash. Initially, when I had my crash, what had gone through my head is that it was very slow speed and the tire just washed out in front of me. I didn't really do anything. But I kind of have to eat crow on that because I go back and look at the footage and that's not really what happened. I think you get used to riding a certain way at a certain speed, a certain style, and it just becomes muscle memory. And that's kind of what happened here. I'll put a clip in so you guys can see it, but I saw the gentleman backing out of his driveway and made an assumption that he was not going to see me, which I still think was a pretty good assumption. It was a cold day with a brand new tire, and what I thought was a very light press on the front brake was not. I definitely kind of, I don't want to say I grabbed him, but I definitely put too much pressure into the lever, which totally stopped the wheel from turning and dumped my ass onto the concrete like a sack of hammers. That'll show my age, sack of hammers. Not really the younger crowd's vernacular. And the use of the word vernacular. All right, so evaluating my crash, as I said, it definitely was on me, and it was a lot of different things all coming together at the same time. But mostly it was me stabbing the brake on a fresh tire and cold pavement that washed out the front. And took me a little while to admit that, but you got to admit when you're wrong, right? So I ended up breaking my collarbone in 5 places. And I'm 52 years old and I've never had a broken bone. And it's kind of a weird time in life for me because really started to question everything. Like after you go to the doctor, the ER, and all that stuff, and they say that wait a week and then you can go talk to the doctor. And so you talk to the doctor, and he suggests surgery. And again, the only other time I've had that kind of surgery was when I had my wisdom teeth out. All right, so like I was saying, the first week of having my broken collarbone, and of course it's a week that of just waiting, right? So not only are you waiting for answers on your physical health, you're also mentally trying to assess a bit of your life choices. And again, being 52, I actually wondered if maybe motorcycling wasn't for me. Like, I literally went back and evaluated my old hobbies and considered getting back into photography and just photographing motorcycle racing and whatnot. Now that you have a knowledge in something, it obviously helps understand what you're looking for. And I went to the point of actually picking out a camera to buy and lenses. I had the whole kit and caboodle. The other thing I did, and again, like I don't know if this is just a fatalist personality issue or what, but I actually went and God, I hate this fucking helmet. I went and for the new year, I had bought packages from Track Days. Oh, there's a cop up there. And I actually went in and got refunds from 2 of those organizations. And my thought process was I would use those refunds to buy my camera gear. And then the other thing I did is I was in the process of building a bike for CDMA Racing, a 600. And I had a guy who wanted my number, my 502 number, which is fucking my brand, right? And I got a hold of the CDMA and said, yeah, he can go ahead and have it. So at this point, I don't even have a race number I can use. And it really was just a complete fatalist on the whole thing. Like, I tried, I crashed, I said enough. Or I had enough. And I actually had almost complete disinterest in motorcycling for quite a while. I mean, I was all set to go back into photography. I went and pulled my old hard drives out of storage. I installed the apps that I used to use and started looking at some of the photos and thinking about, what a great place Vegas is for photography. And yeah, was just totally throwing it away. And then went in for my surgery, nervous as fuck because I've never had a surgery like that before. I think NASCAR could learn a few things from these people. Ah, fuck, there's my turn. It was such a well-run operation. Anyway, I had my operation, and after that I felt so much better. The bone, the original break, the bone was pushing against the skin and just felt like it was going to poke through at any minute. It was terrible. So anyway, I ended up with 6 screws and a plate in my my collarbone, and I'm gonna grab this turn too if I can. That's what I wanted to start with. Anyways, I physically started to feel better. I started going back and watching some of the video from riding, and man, I just missed it like crazy. I don't know if it was the adrenaline or the people, or it could be all of it. So then, during the time of healing, when I really, I was just trying to move my arm a little more and not make it worse than it was, I started working on the 600. Getting some stuff done on that. Big shout out to my wife for helping me move that bike around because I couldn't. And then it was all, the bike was all done. All the parts had been put on. The tune was done, and I had to take it out for a spin, and it was on slicks. And that may be the most, besides my first time out on a bike, that may be the most stressful ride I've been on. So it was a brand new bike that I did a ton of work on slicks around my neighborhood, the exact same path that I was taking when I crashed. But I had to do it. I had to put in get over that mental hurdle about that spot going that speed. Which I did. I think the only real hesitation I have left is this right here, this really slow coming to a stop movement, because I still have that mental image of my bike going out from under me. So, and it was really interesting because once I got up to speed on that very first ride, well, the track bike test was not up to speed at all. That was 5 to 10 miles an hour around my neighborhood, just to make sure I didn't fuck something up. So the next time I went out, and I posted that video, the first ride since my collarbone. The next time I went out, wow, very popular turn today. The next time I went out, the only PTSD I had was on the slow maneuvers. Everything else was just back to normal. I felt good. I felt confident. My collarbone was hurt a little bit. You know, I was being a little gentle on that, but for the most part, it was status quo riding, which is good or bad. And then after that, I had 2 track days. back to back, and I had to see if how the collarbone would deal with that. And it was really fine. A little sore in the morning, but other than that, it was good. And it was a lot of fun. Fuck ton of fun. And got to rip the new 600 around the track. I'll post some footage for that as well, just because it was such a glorious ride. I guess we're going to go to Redstone. I don't know where I'm going. Initially, I was going to go and do a run down the strip, but I don't know. On a Sunday, just a lot of stop and go traffic. A lot of tourists out doing tourist shit. Yeah, so there's kind of my adventure back. The healing and everything from the surgery went really well, as expected. Communication from the doctor about when the bandages come off, and bathing and all that stuff. You know, when could I take a shower and whatnot. I mean, I was taking baths, but just not getting the injury wet. So now I've got a really cool scar up here in my collarbone. They say it's cool. You can actually feel the metal plate in it. So I got that going for me, ladies. Got a scar. My wife did not find it sexy for some reason. I don't know why. I thought chicks dig scars. A lot of police out on a Sunday. I'm really hopeful this mic works. I really, every time I try to get into doing some vlogs, it seems like the audio just is for shit, and that's too bad, because I like doing it. Ooh. False neutral. Initially, I had planned on doing a full bike build series on my 600, and man, every time I would think about it, I would get just overwhelmed with the logistics of filming everything, but also the logistics of the work I was doing. And woo, breezy out. Man. So finally, I just decided I would put the camera down and work on the bike, which was good. There was a lot of pieces and parts that had to come off at the same time and go back on, because just of the order of operations. You know, you want to put my quick shifter in and my Woodcraft controls, and you got to take the airbox off, do the spark plugs. It's just you got to do them all in the right order, otherwise you're redoing the same thing, right? And the airbox was a big fucking pain in the ass, so I only wanted to do that once. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here. It is like 72, 73 degrees right now. Damn, another one. Fucking everywhere. Well, what other kind of life updates can I share? I do have some track days coming up. In fact, LVMS is coming up, and I'm hoping I will see a bunch of you there. My good friend Brian is coming down from Minnesota to go slay the track for a couple days and get out of the snow and shit. I haven't done a solo ride in quite a while. I do feel bad for all my buddies back in Minnesota right now because they just had 8 to 12 inches of snow. Whew. Oh, thank you. And usually I post funny things like, I'm going out for a ride, it's cold as shit there. But not today. I had a lot of sympathy for them today. So, this crack government we have is basically not open. This is not open either, I'm guessing. I'm going to pull over and put my other camera on. Station closed. All right.